You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, there are 24,000 of you guys on the line with us this afternoon. What is up? And we are out here in nature, baby. Yeah, I'm outside enjoying the fresh air. So if you hear some insects chirping or birds singing, then you know I'm out here in nature soaking up the sun, all right? So are you too busy to do anything? How many times do you hear yourself say it? I'm too busy to do anything. Have you ever thought about what that means? Like literally. If you're too busy to do anything, then what are you busy doing? As another year draws to a close, it's an ideal time to think back on all the things you have accomplished, on all the things you hoped to accomplish but didn't. Where did all the time go? Every day you wake up with a full day ahead of you, with plenty of time to work towards your goals. Then at the end of the day, you often feel that you haven't got any closer. What happened? Chances are you are too busy. Being busy does not get anything done. Being busy just uses time. Take a look at how you spend your time. Ask yourself, why? Why are you doing the things you do? Ask yourself if what you're doing is moving you in the direction of your goals. Look at your activities with the goal of making the best use of your time. Learn to say no to activities that just keep you busy but don't help you to accomplish anything. Attitude can really play a big part of this. If you take the attitude that you're trying to just get through the day, that's exactly what you'll do. Just get through that day. When you adapt like the mindset of let's see how much I can accomplish today, then you'll likely get a lot more done. Take it from me, guys. Dini-Mussolini.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, it feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos and starseeds, and 2 times for my people who are vegans. We are averaging over 34,000 plus listeners, and we've been at this for 3 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still growing, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect. And we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on the show, from Grammy Award-winning artists, nominees, to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together Yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. And with that, hello out there, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, Vigilantes Radio. Thank you again, as always, for tuning in and being a part of our audience family. You know the number to dial. It's 701-801-9813 to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in and mix directly from my website, which is onlyonemediagroup.com. Scroll over to the Vigilantes Radio tab and slap that go live button, and you'll be right here live in the mix with all of us or in the chat room. So feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here. And as always, all episodes are available for free download. You can grab it from Spreaker.com/onlyonemediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
Well, I don't want to keep 24,000 of you guys waiting any longer, shall we? No. So let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview. Today's interview is the Paul-Clarkey-Clarke interview, and I am definitely your host. Yeah, so go ahead and breathe in that good old prana. If you're outside, the prana is definitely in the air. And I just want to start out by saying communication. Now, that's the heart of it all. That's the heart of all hip-hop music, isn't it? What started as an underground common thread to a few has now been long-standing within the mainstream, but that element of communication and shout-outs to the masses remains. I want you guys to meet Paul-Clarkey-Clarke, a hip-hop artist from Liverpool, England. He's a very focused wordsmith, great storyteller, and superb artist. And that's not only in his music. And hopefully we'll get a taste of that here in this very interview. And I'm predicting that you'll hear plenty of that here in this interview with Paul as we get surgical and dissect some of his tracks and discuss the lyrical and musical content that drives him, as well as find out how much of this is real life versus great storytelling. Aha! Mysteries will be solved here this afternoon on Vigilantes Radio. It'll be kind of like a murder mystery dinner party on a train. Not really, but it'll be just as exciting, I promise you guys. For you existing fans, and I'm sure you new ones can come along too, we may be able to tackle some exclusive details on Paul's journey. It is all happening very soon here on today's show. There will be all kind of details here from Paul, and we didn't even have to get all gangster-like on him to get the info out of him. The main reason we are all here right now in this moment, once again, is communication, because it is all about communicating with each other through this musical universe we are all a part of. And that unity leads to something more incredibly unbelievable. I can't even theorize what it might be, but it starts with being true to ourselves, reaching out to those that are true to themselves as well, and keeping the message on point. Paul knows exactly what I'm talking about. And on that note, let's welcome Paul to our show. Paul-Clarkey-Clarke, you are now live in the mix with all of us. So how is it going, and how are you feeling?
Hey, good to meet you. Yeah, I'm great. Just a pleasure to be on board with you tonight. So just any questions you want to throw at me?
Definitely, man. So, man, first of all, just to warm things up, how's the weather out there where you're at?
The weather, it's like really hot. It's difficult just to stay cool.
Definitely. All right, come on, you deep divers. Let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview. All right. There's a lot I want to ask you about. Listening and learning about your music right now, when I was writing this interview up, I have to admit my ears have an automatic hip-hop versus rap filter. To me, those two genres are completely identifiable not only by the instrumentation and rhythms, but mostly from the lyrics themselves, I suppose. Rap has maintained that identifiable feel-good and vibe, whereas hip-hop has become much more about self-reflection and at times where it isn't about partying or money or getting chicks and dancing. Now, Paul, right away in the first track I popped on from your SoundCloud page, and guys, I have the link in the description of the show, so if you want to check that out, just go ahead and click that link. So I can hear that I'm listening to a little bit of indie hip-hop. Would you agree or disagree? And I'm referring to your song called Snap Out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I say I'm underground, but I've got a lighter vibe to it. I've stopped the deeper, darker lyrics to the vibe. And Snap Out is about the condition of bipolar.
Okay. Now, don't get me wrong, Paul. I got love for both genres. And I'm actually in like an experimental rock, alternative hip-hop band myself. But that's not important here. So I started to dig into the social media and really start to look into who is Paul Clarke. And I'm also willing to admit to seeing some photos of you. Well, they didn't exactly match the image that your music had crafted in my head. So here's the real question for you. Exactly how much of the content in your work represents your life, and where have you been? Is it all fact or is it all fiction here?
It's all fact. It's 100% real, and it's from what I go through, like day-to-day life and how I am, how I'm feeling, and just get that out in a song form. So
a younger version of yourself, and even at the point, could have, you could have chosen any genre or style of music to perform, but what really led you into getting into hip-hop in the first place?
Yeah, I grew up as a fan of hip-hop, rap music, and, it's something that I've always wanted to do, so I've just had to go at it at a young age, and I've stuck at it, and it's paying off at the moment, yeah, so I'm quite successful.
Definitely. And beyond that, though, how do you confirm that you have a place in the hip-hop game?
To confirm it, I'd say the amount of I get the plays and the audiences, the feedback I get, and it's, as I say, I'm still growing, but I'm building up around me with music, and I've got a lot of love for that.
Definitely. So I have to believe that if you didn't gain some positive reactions, like you just said, that's how you affirm your place in hip hop, because of the views, the support that you get. Now, if you didn't get all of that, do you think you may have given up at some point in time, like anybody would, I suppose? So I'm thinking you must have known that you can do this for quite some time, and that your talent were supported and confirmed for you long ago. Tell us about that. Like, if you didn't receive that love or support, would you have given this up?
I would have kept on going until I got it, and it would have worked even harder.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. How long have you been at it, can I ask?
Say professionally, about 5 years, but before that, I could use it as a vehicle of therapeuticity, and it was more of a hobby. And then I started recording, and then I started getting feedback, watching my music grow, and something kicked in, and I took it to the next level. And
what I do like a lot about your music is that I don't hear an Eminem influence. I'm not saying that Eminem isn't your influence or somebody you looked up to, but I don't hear it in your music. And it's always hard for like reviewers or interviews not to automatically compare a Caucasian artist or a white rapper with Eminem. Not only for the choice of genre, but for the efforts in writing, singing, and songs like he has done so well as well. I can hear that you've gone in a different direction, and I definitely admire that. But here's my question. Now that all that which I just said was not related to the things, to the question I got for you. Lyrically speaking, what is important for you to include in your songs?
I'd say just being real to yourself, and reaching out to people and communication. Keep that in, keep the lyrics in. Well, what it prevents from being in the lyrics is foul mouth and swearing and violence, and that's the different direction I'm taking it in, because I think people have got bored of that now, because we've all grown to something else. The world's a different place, so we want something where we can vent ourselves into. So the music needs to, I don't know, because I do love old school, but I think it's time to change. So I'm trying to change that with my own work that I put across.
Definitely, man, definitely. And each of your records really does seem to tell its own separate story. I listened to another track of yours like Thunder and Lightning, and I start to think of what the physical representation of this song would look like. Verse on a paper or verse in a cell phone. thinking this story becomes much more like a novel. So what does that look like exactly for you, your writing process?
Well, believe it or not, I got through that song quite quickly writing it. But it was just, when I looked down at the lyrics on the paper, I just see what was going on at that time, that I was going through that type of relationship.
Okay. And how long does it take you to finalize a song like this?
As I say, some can happen quickly, and some where I'd need to come back to it. So, but I'd say as I can go with that Thunder and Lightning, that was done quite quickly. But most songs, I tried to take time on them.
Yeah. All right. So, in your songwriting process, once you have that concept and foundation for your song, what's the next step for you? I'd rehearse, and then I hit the studio, and then once that's going on, I'm out gigging live with the song. So just get it out in those ways. Do you follow that procedure for all of your songs?
Well, yeah, I try to look at it more professional, and the more practice, the better it comes across in the studios, and it's more better practice makes perfect.
Definitely. So do you have any additional help in the production or mixing of the tracks when it comes to the final assembly?
In a way, I come across it because I'm not a technician. I'm more of a singer-songwriter. But I go into the studio. I'm blessed to have met and still be around good producers. So I give them my ideas, and when they come across with their ideas, I also add another idea that I hear in their ideas, and it comes out that way.
Okay. So what other roles do you play concerning your music?
I'm also like a manager of myself in a way, promoter, singer-songwriter. So that's what I'm playing in. And I kind of do a lot for my own music, really.
Let me ask you this, Paul. Do you find it hard to focus on your music when you have to take care of all the business stuff too, like managing yourself or promoting yourself, maybe even booking some shows?
What I do, I've got that all organised in the routine that I have it in. So what I do is I rehearse daytime, then after rehearsals I'll organise gigs for me. And then in the night time, if I'm not gigging that night, I'll start on another song, which I've got a lot, which I'll be recording in August. I've got banging hits coming in August.
Okay. What's the name of it again? Blagger?
Sorry, no, the Blagger. That's coming, yeah. That's going to be my first recording on late August.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then also I've got Jealous Man. That's another good one.
Cool, man. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I also think about the identifying marks on music over time. You know, how you can listen to a track from the 70s funk era and know what that is, or the identifiable coked up pop rock of the 80s, the grunge of the 90s, etc., etc. But perhaps one of those etceteras is going to be the auto-tune music nation of the millennium, or 2017. What do you think? Is it possible? Yes, I think so. Those same amazing attributes that let you know where the track fit into the musical timeline, and also the same very things that make them sound dated. So, Paul, I guess what I'm really wondering is there a way for any musician or rapper out there to not become outdated? I mean, we all make music on our own time period, and it's tough not to be influenced and aware of what else is going on around us, to not have it creep up into our work, you feel me? But how do we transcend past the here and the now and create tracks that could be considered timeless?
With timeless, it's got to be catchy. It's got to be catchy, so someone can always remember it, and when they hear it, they just know whose song it is and was. And I think really you've got to reach out to people, communicate, and get to them so where they can feel it they can pick it up, and they see themselves in it. So it's all about communication, that they understand with the music to make it timeless, where people can't enjoy it. They can put themselves into that.
Definitely. Do you ever go into the studio with those thoughts in your head, like, all right, I want to make a timeless song, or do you just, write and perform your music in the moment, and you really don't think about those things?
Yeah, I've got one. Which you could say, I'd say this is a long time ago now, about 6 years ago now, something like that. I'd done the Perpetual Rebound, which was written in 2004, and it's the most played song. So people, and I've also got Midnight Moon. That's another old one. So people recognise me in the local area with the Perpetual Rebound song and the Midnight Moon. So hopefully that could be a timeless song one day.
All right. What would you say is the key element in identifying a tune directly from the mouth and hand of Paul-Clarkey-Clarke?
I'd say some of the chords you could recognise, because there's a lot of guitar playing in mine, and the intros, that's another one. I put intros in. So the melodies after the intros that you'll be able to hear, so you can distinguish mine before you hear my voice come into it.
Definitely. And what's your perspective on what we might hear as a common element in your songs, to let us know as listeners that we're actually hearing Paul-Clarkey-Clarke, besides the guitar element?
Yeah, they can hear, they know by my voice as well. I've got a recognisable voice, the accent as well. And they recognise it due to the lyrics that I put into it. They're all meaningful, they're not just made up lyrics of just nothing, and there's a lot of that going on at the moment, which I won't get into. But people just notice because of the poetical lyrics that I have, and just those melodies that I put into it.
Definitely, and you do have like a heavy English accent. I mean, your voice is like, very identifiable.
Yeah, we all don't sound like Paul McCartney, even though he's from Liverpool, but it's just a different accent. But I'd say it's more, in Britain, the music scene's more down south in London. Nothing's up for the north, but we need to get more work going on for commercial artists up in the north of England. So the accents in the north are much stronger than what they'd be in the south. So if you hear my voice, you will know it's me.
Yeah. All right. So the music that you're making is incredibly relevant, not just music in general, but to me, to myself, on a personal level. So let's talk about where you're living. You're in Liverpool, UK, a country that's both glamorized and villainized by the media. There's James Bond's movie. A lot of stuff happened over in the UK on these movies and stuff. It's very glamorized, and sometimes it's filled with villains or what have you throughout our history on different points. But it's also a country known for being on the cutting edge in their musical taste. They don't, if I remember correctly, like a lot of the candy-coated rap music is not played in the UK because it's all about true hip-hop, true grime, rhythms and rhymes. At least that's the impression that we get through our internet and TV screens here in Mississippi. But what is it really like for your fused music in Liverpool? Is there enough room for your music there in Liverpool?
Yeah, I'd say that in Liverpool there's a lot of space for us because we're diverse with different genres, and we meet each other along the way for different venues, but it's mainly like more of a band scene, because Liverpool's got a large history of music with the Beatles, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Echo and the Bunnymen, and plenty more. So it's a band scene in most places, but it's hard breaking through with more of an urban sound. So it's and the limited auditions that you can go to get places, and but I'd say it's just the times. Like it's becoming not as popular to what it used to be. Some of the urban music, but grime, that's taking its place now. That's on its way up, and I think that's going to be here for a long time. Yeah.
Definitely. So tell us a story here, Paul. We love stories. I want to know about your progression through learning your craft. There's not much to chew on from your bio. In fact, I didn't really find a bio. So we want to know more about you as a person who became the artist that he is today. So how did it all get started for you?
I'd say with my bio, I've just left that to listeners to just get me how they take me on the music, because it's not only me, it's for people to listen to and make their own opinion on it and relate to it, so it's easier format of placing themselves in that song, and that's where you get the love and respect, and you know, you get fans that way. But I say I won't count myself out, but I've been rapping for since I was a teenager. But through that, I lost my mother. I picked up the pen. I don't know what made me do it that day after my mother passed away. But so I just started writing. I had a song in front of me before I knew it. So it's always been there. So years to come, I was still doing it, but I became addicted to a Class A drug and alcohol, which I ended up in hospital, and I didn't know that I had the condition of bipolar, which I had now. So I got diagnosed there. So I had it all in my head that I actually haven't done nothing with my music life because of what's going on. So I just built up and all that. So I was out the house into a shared accommodation, family dispute. So I was in a homeless shelter. I had a key worker. He heard me rapping. And he said that he's kind of hot. He went, "It's good songs, Dan. How are you doing?" So he placed me into the studio for people in recovery from drinking, drugs and disadvantaged backgrounds. They took me on board, and that's when I recorded the Perpetual Rebound, and I was doing what I wanted and what I've always wished to do. And then seeing that the song grow, I created more. That group, I started going out live, and it took over. And you know what? How it is, performing more once more. So that's my story.
Wow, man, that's an incredible story there. All right, folks. After the no problem. After the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment, and of course, along with the actual interview. But the audience get to hear either some vocals, maybe a poem, inspirational speech, spoken word. Maybe Paul wants to freestyle rap or tell us a joke or another story. Or maybe even he'll play his live instrument, and we'll get this from the special guest. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. And today we'll find out if Paul-Clarkey-Clarke have what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. So, Paul, go ahead and introduce the song for us that we're going to play today. It's called Gary. Tell us about it.
Daddy, it's about a school lad getting bullied in school. Now his mother's a single parent. She's depressed. The man of her life has left her for another woman. Now she's just working, trying to float the boat of the family life for Gary. Now she's got a job and she's not really happy in life, and she's on antidepressants. In the meanwhile, Gary's falling behind with fashion. Kids can be cruel in school. So they started to pick on him and bullying him. So I'm subjecting it towards single parents, some depressions, just broken families and bullying. So I just thought that's common enough. So there'd be a lot of understanding with that song around the world.
Definitely. All right, guys, here it is. Paul-Clarkey-Clarke, Gary.
Now this is Gary's picture, so envision his caption. He's 12 years old and he don't know what happened. His father up and left another family abandoned. They play magic tricks together, so when a hole came, what happened? Gary's life saddened, his days began dragging away from the dad to appear, cause if he vanished, it's magic. What Gary don't know is his dad has left home, cause his dad's new love is in a new home, leaving Gary and his mum to live life on their own. An action so cold, let more damage unfold. One wage coming in, she struggles with the rent. I trouble to bring bread, can you see how she's dressed? In her job is a boss, and he's breathing down her neck. On top by the thought she's on antidepressant meds. One day Gary spots this hit the wave box and diagnoses himself, they got his mother strong.
Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel. Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel.
Now every month's passing and Gary's less violent, a day slow in the home of no more magic. There's something such tragic, all the other kids laughing in the school is a fashion, and Gary ain't catching, they verbally attack him cause his shoes ain't matching. Bullies push and they slap him on his back, yet they slap him in corridor halls, he's called just a taunt. One day Gary's tripped, now he's falling to the floor, embarrassed and shame but too scared to report. He won't tell a soul cause town's against the law. At his age with the change he's the toughest of them all, so at our school he just runs but too small to jump the wall. With no hesitation, a slight revelation, he'll have to fit through the push, bent bob in the railings. Meanwhile across town there's a surprise in the making, to elevate the smile cause his mother's being saved.
Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel. Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel.
It's a race back home for Gary and his mum. She's got a secret present when Gary can't take no more. My mind is on Gary, she knows to lift him up. Unknown on the school life in traffic jam she's stuck. So she sits back dreaming when he opens his presents up. As he runs, no matter about the stitch. All he can think of with the medicine is hit. They're gonna make him strong just like his mother is. If mum's coming home then she's gotta be quick. Gary stops running as he can't really stand, but he's at the front door with his key in his hand. Straight to the medicine box, time to be the strong man. But hold up, if only would have told that his son's growing older, broken home, no composure. Mother gets a feeling there are more to what his woes are. There's very much more than his dad is staying knowing.
Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel. Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel.
Traffic jam is over, to home she's so close, she's approaching so close, the close is now over. She opens the door up, dropping the present to the floor, to the devastating sight of Gary no more. She cradles him weeping to his son's no pulse, in a world that holds us, and coldly just told us the sun beams down on an angel's new shoes, and it's relevantly true that they never be worn. Not by Gary, he's eternally born. Any form of bullying is never excused. Don't be blind to bullying until it happens to you. It's despicable, affecting our life. Critical, when words leave a bully's mouth, the words are hypocritical. With insecurity in their lives, they keep this as a ritual. So they're grouping as one, thinking that it's fun, when somewhere in the world there's Gary and his mum.
Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel. Never forget to entertain a stranger. By doing so, you may have entertained an angel.
Male or female, poor or rich, short bullying, still tolerance. Male or female, poor or rich, short bullying, still tolerance. Male or female, poor or rich, short
Value is everywhere. When you learn how to look for it, you can find value almost anywhere, in almost any situation. There is an investment technique called arbitrage, where Traders take advantage of the difference in valuation of securities or currencies. Say, for example, the USD or the US dollar is trading for 1.42 German marks in London and for 1.40 German marks in Hong Kong. For an investment of 100,000 USD, the arbitrator could buy 142,000 German marks in London, then sell them in Hong Kong for $101,428 USD for an instant profit of almost $1,500 at virtually no risk. In reality, most arbitrage situations are much more complicated than this, but the basic strategy remains the same. Uncover hidden value and extract that value. You don't need to trade $100,000 in the world currency market to take advantage of this strategy. It can be applied in everyday life. There are situations all around you that contain potential value. All you have to do is learn to recognize this value and then determine how to extract it and convert it into wealth. It is similar to crude oil beneath the ground. You know it's down there somewhere. The trick is to find it, to get it out, and to make something useful like gasoline out of it. Where do you look for hidden value? You can begin with yourself, my friend. Think of all the skills and knowledge you possess. Sit down and make a list of all those things you do well. Now look at your list and ask yourself this question. Who could benefit from the skills and the knowledge that I possess? Open your mind and consider the possibilities. Then figure out a way to sell your skills and your knowledge to those people. It could be in the form of a how-to report. Perhaps you figured out a unique way to water your lawn that saves $20 a month in water costs. People will pay for that technique. You can also find hidden value in other people and other businesses. Even in the most dismissal situations, there is value. Think about a business that has just failed. They have no cash, no equity. In fact, they are deep in debt. What value could there possibly be in such a situation? Well, the owner of the business has just received a very expensive education. He realizes all too well what he did wrong. Don't you think that knowledge will be valuable to others in the same line of business? The trick is to look at every situation and to try to find value in it. When you start doing this, unlimited possibilities will open up, not only for material gain, but for personal development as well. Take a look around you. What hidden values can you detect? Take it from me, Dini. And with that, let's bring the man of the hour back on, Paul-Clarkey-Clarke. You are in our hot seat, buddy. What do you have for us?
Hi, I can read out, still in the makings really. I've got a demo on one of my SoundClouds, but I can read it out to you because this is coming in August as well. It's a song called One Evening Together, which was written for my ex-girlfriend, but we split up, so I'm just getting it out for her as well. So I'll start off with the first verse. We're right here now, living a vivid dream, keen believers of what's meant to be. Distance felt far, but so close to me, both our lonely hearts dreamt devotedly. Unknown before we spoke, you touched the soul in me. Unknowingly, you'll be holding me. Cling to each other, proud, bold and free. Companionship, love, a friend, holy. Now I do believe how real love feels. I can't get over the same doubts you healed. You're my turning point of life. You make this right. I'm the man at your side who gives you peace of mind, who grows in your time. I know that you're mine, know that I'm yours. Destiny run its course. Put it together, one evening to cherish. This is my love letter, one evening straight forever. Not lonely, I pine, only lifetime. Yours and your mine, a diamond's bright shine. It's into your smile. With a dream, with a definite thought. I still can't believe I'm living my dream, constantly reveal you're all that be, in rhythm with you, oh babe, it's true, love and lonely must have called the truce, there's nothing minute, we're on a larger scale, as for kiss princess like this is fairy tale, never hear me say find true love twice, never nearby, you can catch me at your side, joy into the ride as our lives comply, you and I, right place, right time, your lips, my lips, bright eyes shine like cuddle tight, love's kind, just fine, your heart touch mine, living is great, play a part in fate, I've got my soulmate, cancel the wait, this fairy tale's amazing, I opened up my heart, babe, you stepped your way in, I'm not lonely, I pine, only lifetime, I'm yours and you're mine, a diamond's bright shine, it's into your smile, you're a dream with a definite fact, you fall in love with those you second to, that's fun.
All right, man. I like that. All right, man. This is our open floor part. Yeah, I can't wait till you lay that down, man. Definitely let me know when you do, and I'll try to plug it in the show.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
Yes. So we're at our open floor. It has been a screen pleasure to learn about you and your music. And thank you so much for doing this interview with us. So use this next spot to comment on anything else at all that you'd like to talk about. Anything that I forgot to mention or pass over, predictions for the year 2017 and beyond. I'm not here to put words in your mouth, but say whatever you like. Be sure to mention those websites where we connect with you as well.
I'd say at the end of this year, from now on, I'm working on a new sound, which is more of a dance sound towards my music. So, because I'm mainly in clubs and bars, so I just get the people on the feet dancing, and I'm just going to be making more songs now. And I previously done a talent show audition for Britain's Got Talent, so I'm known for doing that, even though I never went on the television. But I just mentioned the website to contact me. I'm on Facebook, paul-clarkey-clarke, new. Just message me that you've heard me on here. I'll add you anyway. SoundCloud, I've got paul-clarkey-clarke with 2 demos. One's got the blagger, that I've had an amazing response to that. And One Evening Together, which I just read out. That's on SoundCloud, paul-clarkey-clarke, 2 demos, that one. And another one, paul-clarkey-clarke, that's the one with Gary, that speak on that. And I've got another one, previous one, which I'm talking about the Perpetual Rebound and the Midnight Moon. That's on Better, I'll just say full stop, Clarkey, so Better, full stop, and Clarkey, C-L-A-R-K-E-Y. YouTube, I've got 2 live performances, paul-clarkey-clarke, live at the Go Bar. Another one, paul-clarkey-clarke, live at the Arncliffe Centre. That's on that video was also Thunder and Lightning performance. And then I've got another one. These are just homemade videos, just in the living room, rapping down the phone. Paul-clarkey-clarke. The Show, Our Love Story, Dance with My Mother, Midnight Moon. They're the videos underneath Paul-clarkey-clarke's. And I've got a group, a Facebook group, if you want to add this, send a request. It's called The Blagger Music Group, and that's mine, music by paul-clarkey-clarke. So that's where you can find me. All right, and just in case you didn't catch any of those links, I got most of them in the description of the show, so all you have to do is click the link and it'll take you right to them. So be sure to connect with Paul-Clarkey-Clarke. Also, special thanks to our guest, the incredible Paul-Clarkey-Clarke, for joining us this afternoon. And if you're over in the UK, we know it's probably evening time for you.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, the app called Podcast Addict, or our website, which is only1mediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or send something for us to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, something you got to deal with. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, dini-mussolini, I appreciate you guys for tuning in either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. And also special thanks to our guests for joining us. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Tumblr. We are all over. Just connect with us and we do follow back. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely freaking great at just doing that. Peace.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.